what is Oxford, how it is different from IELTS, what is the fee structure, and we are going to discuss the 4 modules like listening, writing, speaking and reading. Assalamualaikum, my name is Taiba and I am from the ANNAX Consultants, and in today's video we are going to talk about Oxford test. So the outlines for today's video is what is Oxford, how it is different from IELTS, what is the fee structure, and we are going to discuss the 4 modules like listening, writing, speaking and reading. In the end, we are also going to have a proper discussion on speaking because the speaking of this module is quite different from the other test. So let's begin our video. What is Oxford? So basically Oxford is also known as OIETC and ELLT. It is generally the alternative form of IELTS. For example, if you want to move to another country and you haven't done your IELTS before, so you can easily perform this test. This test is easy to conduct and you can also get a good range of bands while performing this test. But one thing you should keep in your mind that which countries and universities are taking the Oxford test. So if we talk about the fee structure, then the fee structure of this test is quite attractive. It is £103 in today's date. The second attractive thing about this test is that you don't have to choose a very specific city or place while performing this test. As far as you have paid your fee, then you can easily perform this test. But obviously you keep in mind that the place you are choosing should be appropriate, so it could not have any kind of mishap for you in the future while your test taker is checking your test. So let's talk about the paper pattern, the modules of the Oxford test. In Oxford test we also have 4 modules like listening, reading, writing and speaking. The LRW of this test is performed on the same day as the modules log side by side. And as far as the speaking is concerned, the very best part of this is that the speaking is taken after 8 to 9 days. You have a much time to speak about what you are going to have in your test. After the writing task, there is a presentation topic that is given to you for the speaking, so you can easily have days to perform that. And this is the best thing about this Oxford test. If we talk about the pattern, then the listening is from 30 to 40 minutes. As far as the reading is concerned, it is up to 40 to 50 minutes, and both the listening and reading is according to the journal pattern of IELTS. So you have a proper information about that also. As far as the writing is concerned, in IELTS we have 2 tasks that is given to us, but in Oxford test there is only 1 task that is given, and they'll give you a journal statement and they ask about the pros and cons of that statement. And also you have to reflect a personal example from your daily life. So it is all about the LRW of the Oxford test. And after your writing task, you will be given a presentation topic that is part number 2 of speaking. So after 7 to 8 days you have a speaking test. So you have like more than a week to perform your speaking test. And the speaking is up to 20 to 25 minutes. So let's talk about how the speaking of the Oxford test is going to be happen. In part 1, you could be asked a general questions like what do you like to do? What do you like to do in your free time? If you are going to choose a country of UK, they'll ask you certain questions like which country you choose, which university you choose, how your modules are going to be held. So all these journal informations, as you can see in your screen, these are the journal questions that could be asked from you in the speaking part. The part number 2, as I already mentioned, that the topic presentation is given to you in your writing task. So your presentation must include the following points. Like your presentation should have an argument in favor and an argument against. It also includes a personal reflection from your daily life. The presentation topic that would be given to you, it should be at least from 3 to 5 minutes. You have to begin your presentation by saying the words, "I'll now begin my presentation," and it ends by saying, "Thank you for your attention." So this is all about the part number 2, speaking of Oxford. As far as the part number 3 is concerned, it is related to your writing module that you have performed in the LRW, the writing task. They'll ask you journal questions about that part. For example, they can ask you like tell about the source or sources you have used for this essay, what aspects you were mostly impressed by, and what are the surprising facts that you have encountered while planning the essay. So these are all the journal questions that you have to speak to them in the part number 3. They can also ask you synonyms. For example, if you write the word appropriate in your essay, so they can ask you like what is the meaning of appropriate. So you should have a clear idea what you have write in your writing task. The last part of the speaking of the Oxford is part number 4, that is related to the picture based part. This is an interaction between you and your examiner. You will see an image for up to 15 seconds and then examiner will ask you a set of questions. This is for the ability to maintain an interactive conversation. For example, this is an image that you can see in your screens, and the examiner, you have to see this image for up to 15 seconds, and then examiner can ask you questions like how many people are there in this picture? What is happening in that image? Can you tell what are the feelings during this activity? Like these kind of journal questions can be asked from you in the last part of the speaking of the Oxford. So I hope that this video provides you a much appropriate example of how you're going to handle your Oxford test. Okay, so this is all from my side for the Oxford test. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to like and comment. So stay tuned with the ANNAX Consultants. Allah Hafiz.